Good evening. Welcome back to Where the Owls Sleep. This is another Saturday night show called The Sunday Sessions. Don't worry, people. Stocky hasn't changed into someone else. He's on his way back from his horrid game against Liverpool. A little bit of a Hawaii 5-0 for him tonight. But we have Samir with us this evening. How's it going, bro?
All good, bro. All good. All good. Tough season so far.
It's not been that tough for you guys though so far.
It hasn't. It
Let
hasn't.
the
But
people know you support.
yeah, obviously I support. Not obviously, but I support Arsenal. Um, obviously, yeah, it hasn't been a tough season, but I just watching Liverpool just killing teams week in week out is horrible.
Yeah,
Like,
I suppose. And your household must be completely split at the minute as well, because you and
oh,
Chelsea are going toe to
oh
toe.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. My younger brother, the second youngest, he supports Chelsea. Obviously the youngest supports Arsenal, so I converted him. So from early. I was like, nah, you're supporting Arsenal. You're coming with me.
Teaming up on the Chelsea fan. That's what
Yeah,
I like to hear. I
yeah,
like
yeah. The Chelsea one, yeah, he's he's been on my case. He's been on,
that.
so that's what
I
I mean.
remember that over football all them times. All you two were always going at each other, so it must be
Yeah,
even worse now because you're both
still
on
to this day.
you're on a similar level this season.
Yeah, yeah, and I hate that. I hate that because where were they last season? They were like 10th, but they finished fifth or some shit like that. I wasn't even looking at them. So
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden, oh, here they are.
Fair play to them, though. Fair play. They're doing all right. They're doing all
Nah,
right.
yeah,
They're
they are.
making it a little bit interesting because, like you say, Liverpool are flying away with it.
Mm,
And well, at the minute, Forest are the closest. But
yeah,
if you and Arsenal can keep stringing wins together and keep a little bit of pressure on Liverpool,
yeah,
if they do start dropping points, it could get interesting.
yeah. No, you're right. But the Forest one shocks me. Like, where did that come from?
It's crazy. I need them to drop off because I need that space in the top four. It needs to open up.
Don't worry, Chelsea's gonna fall out.
They can't keep winning games like that. I need that space to come available somehow, some way.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. I'd be the same if I was you. If we wanted to crawl, I want everyone to drop, apart from Liverpool, of course. But I'd be wanting everyone to drop because
Yeah.
where you were like fifth or something, isn't it?
We're sixth now
Yeah.
because Bournemouth and City picked up points today. But if we beat Man United tomorrow, we go back up to fifth.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. See,
Yeah.
which you will.
Decent. Yeah, well, hopefully. I've been bigging it up the last few days, so I'm a little bit worried now because it's on top if we don't beat them.
Yeah. No, but you're on form though. Like, how many wins now? And oh god, United are just
Mate,
awful.
you're an Arsenal fan. You won't understand these things. It's Newcastle at Old Trafford. We've won there like twice in 70 years or something stupid.
Sorry, what us? We couldn't win there for about 20 years or something. We couldn't win there. I used to hate Old Trafford. Honestly, I think
Yeah,
we won there the last two times. I think, once. I think it might be once. I think it might have been just last season. I can't remember the season before that, but I think it might have been once. And before that, we used to lose every time. We couldn't win there.
I hate that. That and Anfield are the two places I hate. We just
Oh
never,
yeah,
no matter what happens
oh
on
yeah,
the day, we just
yeah,
never seem to get a win. It's so annoying.
yeah. Hopefully you get. Well, have you been to Anfield this season? You ain't, have you?
No, they came to us. We drew 3-all.
All right, cool. So hopefully you go to there and finally break that.
Yeah,
We
that's the
need that.
plan. Man. That's the plan. Derail them slightly just to keep the league a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, yeah, 100% because they're taking a piss right now.
Yeah, 100%. Right, let's roll into our first topic of the evening. As you're an Arsenal fan,
Yeah.
let's talk about this man.
Oh
And
gosh.
without him,
Yeah.
how do you see your season going? What are you feeling?
Um. To be fair, uh, I don't. If you asked me this like 4 years ago, because like I weren't like personally, I weren't Saka's biggest fan, but obviously it was because of the age thing, and I wanted someone who was 25 and firing and stuff like that. I would have been like, oh gosh, Saka's out. I don't care. But now it's just like, oh shit, Saka's out, and like it feels like the end of the world. Like I feel like, he is like our main man. Like, and yeah, to be fair, it just all depends on January. To be fair, I'll be real with you. It depends on who we bring in. I don't want like anyone on loan and that crap. I just want like a nice signing
Yeah,
who Saka would come back and be like, oh gosh, this guy will take my spot. Like we need someone like that, but it's gonna be tough. I don't know. Yeah, like the way Liverpool are moving and stuff like that, it's just gonna be. I was confident when we had Saka. I was confident because Saka's like, if you watch Saka, like he barely loses the ball. He's always confident. He always takes people on and stuff like that. And I don't think anyone else in our team can do that on the right. Personally,
Yeah,
like you saw Martinelli against Ipswich, it weren't the greatest performance at all. Like, but at the same time, that was his first game. Let's give him another game and give him another game and give him another game after that. If
yeah,
not, we got to go into Jan. But with Saka being out for that long, oh god,
yeah.
oh
It's a long old period of time. So what I've done, I've got the fixtures up here. I'm not sure how clear that's going to come up because it's quite
yeah,
a small
that's it.
picture.
Yeah,
But that is what. Let me take away that scrolling banner because
Ooh,
that's a bit in the way. Get rid of the banner for a second.
that's it.
That
Yeah.
is what it looks like. It could be the games that he could be out for,
Oh my
which is
fucking
quite a
days.
run. So you've got Brentford, which is Wednesday. Then
Yeah,
you've got Brighton. Then you've got us in the semi.
yeah.
Man United, Tottenham, Villa, Dynamo Zagreb, Wolves, Girona, Man City, the other leg of the semi,
Oh my god.
Leicester, West Ham, Forest, Man United again.
Oh my god. That's nah.
It hasn't fallen very nicely for you at all
No, not at all.
when
Not
you
at
look at the
all.
fixtures. So, like you were saying, as much as you've got talented players around who can also play, it's more
Mm.
that there's no one now to take up the mantle. So when
Yeah,
things ain't going right, you just give him the ball, and he sort
yeah,
of either he gets a good cross in, he creates a shooting opportunity, he does something with it.
yeah.
So how do you think you guys go about it? Because in my point of view, I think you kind of need a slightly different approach now because you, like you said, you haven't got that one player that will do it. So you kind of need to change the way you play as a team slightly. Do you think Arteta will go like that?
And yeah, that's I was about to say that's on Arteta at the moment. That is all on him. Like how do we approach this? Do we approach it the same way or do we go differently? Do we like I don't know, like for me, the whole direct approach on that right side is awful. I've not seen that in a long, long while. Like because we've had Saka, we've had Pepe, and whoever on that whole right side, and it's always left foot is cutting in and stuff.
Yeah,
That whole like going direct and crossing it, that's all back again. I can't have that. So he's got to have different ideas for different games.
yeah,
Like he's got to see. Oh yeah, Man United's approaching. How did Man United like to play? Okay, cool. We play a different way. And yeah, and Arteta's done that in the past. That's the thing. He's come up against different teams and he's had different approaches, and that's what we need up until Saka comes back. But Lord, that United game away from home, like
yeah. Like,
I didn't even
it
realize.
doesn't feel very nice, does it?
No, I don't. I didn't realize it could be that far. Like, oh, that's almost the end of the season, man. But yeah, he's got to take a different approach. I think if a new fresh January signing comes in and he's like a good, you know who I'd be happy with? I'd be happy with after watching him tonight. Kudos. I'd
Oh,
be
yeah,
happy with
I
him.
think 90% of the league would take him. To be fair, outside of maybe Liverpool and Chelsea,
Yeah,
I reckon everybody else takes him.
I think so too. I think he's class, and I think we had the opportunity to get him, but obviously we had Saka.
Mm.
But I like that, that competition. I need that. Like Saka, I think Saka would bench Kudos in like whatever team he's at. He would bench him.
Yeah, 100%.
But Kudos would give him a run for his money. Like he'd be like, "Hey, listen, I'm on the bench. Like, step it up." Saka will probably give us 20 plus goals if that was the case.
Mm.
But I honestly I think someone like Kudos would change everything. But he ain't gonna be cheap. That's
No.
another thing with West Ham. He ain't gonna be cheap. We took Declan Rice for 100 mil, and he was in the last year of his contract. And you got Kudos, yeah, who's I don't know how long he's got on his contract, but yeah, West Ham will be like 150.
They're going
Yeah,
to want mega money, yeah. I
yeah,
think the two problems you've got is
yeah,
one is a little bit the old Tottenham Harry Kane problem is they always needed a backup striker.
yeah. That's
So
it.
who's going to come in knowing your backup?
Yeah,
Like that they've either got to be a special talent that backs themselves to
yeah,
then be better than Saka at some point and take his spot,
yeah.
or they're just turning up to sit on the bench, and that's not really what you want. You want someone
Exactly
who's
that.
actually going to try and want to play.
Yeah,
So I think you're a little bit stuck in that. And
that's
then the flip side of it is in January,
mm,
whoever you go to and ask for a player that plays on the right, they're going to add 50 mil on because they know
Yeah,
you haven't got Saka until March, and they know you're
exactly.
desperate to fill that gap.
We're desperate, yeah. That we're in the shit right now, honestly. We're in the shit. And that scares me because that means by the end of it, we're gonna try and go for someone on loan and like we're gonna pick up scraps. Like and that's what we did with Chelsea when we signed Sterling.
Mm.
And like we went to the last day of the season, last day of the transfer market, and we picked up the scrap. And obviously, because there ain't like players out there that can go for cheap. Like if they see Arsenal coming, they're gonna be like, "Listen, I want your whole bank account.
Yeah,
Just
that's
give
it.
me your
Well,
whole bank account.
I want
Like,
everything you've got. Give me it.
I want everything you got because yeah, this person ain't gonna be cheap." And it's honestly one of the worst things now that the fact that the Premier League has gone to where it is right now, like is at a level well we've never seen before, and literally every team from top to bottom are going to be asking for more than 50 mil, and
Yeah,
that's shocking. Honestly, that's shocking. I
yeah.
mean, I miss the old days where you could just go to like a West Ham and be like, "Here, 20 mil for your best player," and then move on, and that's it. So that's what gets me scared right now with this whole like Saka thing. It's either we're gonna have to spend big, which we won't, because it's like you said about the whole backup thing. Like no one's gonna come in and be like, "Oh shit!" Like especially if we sign a new signing, he's not gonna be like, "Oh shit, Saka's back. I'm gonna sit on the bench." He's gonna
Yeah.
be like, "Nah, nah, 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 nah. I don't care if Saka's back. I'm playing," and that's one of the headaches. Like I see that's why Arteta hasn't gone and signed a backup because how long has Saka been playing on that right wing now? Like 4 or 5 years, and we've never signed a backup
Yeah.
because we just don't want the headache. That's
It's a
that's what.
hard thing to do for your star player. Not many teams really have a backup for their proper star man
Yeah, of
because
course.
no one wants to come and just sit on the bench, or,
Yeah,
or the backup's not going to be good enough.
yeah. But what
So that's
happened
the
to just
problem.
being part of a winning team? Like, what happened to being part of the like
Yeah,
hold
but
the bench and be
you
part
get
of the
some of them
winning
players that want that, but they're not the level you need them if you're looking to win. Like you're looking to compete on all fronts. So you're
team?
looking to compete in the Champions League. You're still
Yeah,
in both the domestic cups. You're
yeah,
still just about in the title race.
yeah,
So for someone who's going to come and be a good enough quality that's not going to bring the level down too far,
yeah,
them players have always also got aspirations of playing pretty much 90 minutes every week.
yeah. That's true. Because you're taking them out of someone else's first team and you're bringing them to your club, and you're saying, "Listen, your backup. He's not gonna. They're not gonna want to hear that."
No,
But to for them to come, you're gonna be like, "Listen, all right, cool. We'll put you in the first team. This, that, this, that, this, that." That's the only like way we can negotiate the thing because whoever we want to sign has to, in a way, has to be better than Saka. In a way, has to be because
well,
we
they have
want.
to be better than everything else, don't they? They have to be better than They have to be better than your Martinellis. They have to be
Yeah,
better
yeah,
than your Trossards, and they have to
yeah.
be close to Saka.
But before the whole Saka injury, like our whole like every Arsenal fan was looking at that left side. That's the thing. We're looking at that left side now. Saka's out. It's all down the right again, and like we're not really too focused on the left side. Listen, we have to bring in someone to play on that right side and absolutely just like lift us like to the way Saka could. And if you look across like at Liverpool, we want someone. Obviously, we can't get that, but we want someone like Salah who
Yeah.
just carries, who could just run through everyone and set someone else up, and then that's it. Like
Mm.
that's all we need, honestly. At this point,
To
I'm
be
scared.
fair, Kudos could be a good shout because even when Saka's back, he
Yeah.
could then switch over to the left,
Oh,
and you play Saka right, Kudos left, and then
that's
you
a shout.
solve both problems with the same signing, really.
That's a shout. That's a shout.
Yeah, so that could
Oh,
be a
yeah, that's
decent
a
one.
shout. But like I said, that won't be cheap.
No,
That
it
won't
won't
be
be.
cheap.
I don't think anybody that's going to help you out in this situation is going to be cheap though,
Yeah, that's
unless
true.
there's some gem they know on the continent that they can bring in for a decent amount of money that is there or thereabouts the quality that you need them to be.
Yeah. Yeah, but you got West Ham are stubborn though. Like, you look at West Ham, they're just so shit, but they're so stubborn. Like I would come to West Ham and be like, listen, 50, 55, kudos, you are shit, but they'll be like, nah, 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 nah.
Yeah, but
100.
they don't. They have no need to sell
No, they don't. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, they don't.
because they're not in any PSL trouble, so they haven't got any real need to sell. So they're not going to really feel that pressure. They're going to be like, well, we want to keep him. So if
Yeah,
you
but
want it,
what he's obviously gonna want to leave. That's another thing. He's obviously
yeah,
gonna be like, hey, what Arsenal want me? I want to leave straight away, please. Like no negotiation. We're gone.
yeah.
Like as soon as Arsenal put in that bid, he's gonna be like, accept that, please.
Well,
That's
it'll be
if
interesting. Be interesting if you do slap it on there and see
yeah,
what happens. If you do slap a bid in and see
yeah,
what happens between the player and the club.
yeah, no.
Don't you think that the only other thing I've kind of got to ask to it? Do you not think he might turn to? Because you've got a couple of youngsters coming through. Because obviously that one year he looks decent, doesn't he? Potentially play off the left a bit. And then there's Lewis Skelly that I don't know an awful lot about, but I have seen a few Arsenal accounts saying that he's actually not a left back over the last sort of few weeks.
He's not. You can tell. He's one of the. He's a like Lewis Kelly. He's a midfielder, and he's one of them that came through the youth midfielder. That's why he can run like so well with the ball, and like his upper body, like his strength is crazy.
Yeah,
Like I don't know. Arteta looked at him and thought, "Listen, you're left footed. You're going left back. You're going left back. We need you at left back." And he's done well. To be fair to him, I'll give him I'll give him his props. But like I think in football it's easier to like play someone in the fence compared to having to play someone like on the wing or up front, like youth wise, up front or like number 10.
yeah,
I think if he was a centre mid, that's Ethan by the way. Sorry, I'm talking about Ethan. If Ethan was like I'd say a centre mid or even a centre back or right back, left back, he would be in straight away. Like with the amount of injuries we had, but to chuck him on the wing and to chuck him as like a number 10, I don't know. Arteta doesn't really trust him yet. He's only 17.
okay,
Like,
yeah, get that.
imagine he's only 17, but he's a baller.
Yeah,
So, what Arsenal fans really want is to us to go, bam, throw him out there. Because we've done that with Saka. We've done that, but as if you remember, we threw Saka back in left back.
yeah, yeah. He was playing left
Or-
back for a little
yeah,
while,
we
wasn't
threw him in left back for a while. So he had a few games there. And then it was like, okay, you got no choice but to play right wing at like 19, 20. But I don't see Ethan ever going wing like that left back or whatever. Like, but at the same time, we can't just throw him in, especially in this title race. Me personally, if I was the manager, I would have thrown him in ages ago.
he? Yeah,
Like I see the way Barcelona threw in Yamal, and he just carries the whole team now. Like in
mm,
Barcelona, he carries the whole team at 17. Like it's because they threw him. Like they threw him straight in, didn't even think about it. They said, "Listen, this guy's a baller. Here's 17." But Arteta's different. He's got a lot of pressure on him, and he wants to win. Obviously, the Premier League and stuff like that. He ain't got time to like throw a 17-year-old and stuff like that. Like he needs experience. I'll give it to. I'm like with him on that. He does need a lot of experience. He ain't got time to throw a 17-year-old on a pitch, especially in a title race like this. We have to pretty much win every game, and
yeah.
that's pressure. That's pressure, especially on the 17-year-old.
Doesn't that then leave Wanyeri in a bit of a difficult position because obviously he needs experience,
Yeah,
but then if he's not getting his experience and he's not getting minutes, he's never going to get experience, and that's going to sort of hinder his sort of progression. Would it not
yeah.
be worth sending him somewhere on loan to get minutes instead? Because otherwise,
Um,
he's just going to sit there doing nothing until it comes to the point where you have to throw him in. He won't be 17. He might be
yeah,
19, 20 at the time, but you still
yeah,
got 5 minutes up on.
yeah. No, you're right on that on that one. I think if anyone was to come in, I think Premier League level, and say, "Can we take him on loan?" I think Arsenal would think about it. But at the same time, he is like part of the numbers because obviously we do have a not too much, but a little bit of a injury crisis as well. But it's like, yeah, if you was to send Ethan on loan, we're gonna have to put another 17-year-old on the bench, and it's like, yeah, what's the point of that? But you're right, he does need experience. He definitely needs experience. But at the same time, I don't know. I think at the same time with Ethan, I think he needs to be around the squad. He needs to be around, like he needs to be around and see us challenging
Yeah,
and stuff like that. He needs to like he needs to be on the bench and watch what's going on. Listen, you can come on and make an impact at any time. Like it doesn't matter. Like he ain't gonna complain about being on the bench at 17 though at Arsenal, is he?
no,
So I think like with him personally, I think he should just wait his time. Just wait. Like you
you know,
like we
that's
had
totally agree with that because we've got one similar. We've got a guy called Lewis Miley who played a lot for us last season because of
oh
the
yeah,
injury.
yeah, you was talking about him a lot, yeah.
who now everybody's fit
yeah,
is basically just going to sit and watch. I think they're
yeah,
going to let Longstaff go in January, so that moves him sort of up one in the pecking order.
yeah.
He's another one that you look at and think
He's good.
he needs minutes to progress,
Yeah,
but what's going to be better for him, either that or playing with the first team, being in around players like Bruno and Tonali and learning from them,
exactly.
or
That's
going
what I
out and
mean.
playing tempo minutes somewhere or something along them
Yeah.
lines.
The funny thing is, that's what they used to always do back in the day. Like you get like a youth like prospect, and they just send him out on loan and stuff like that. But you barely see it nowadays,
No,
especially like ones that you know are gonna be good in the future. Like you barely see that, especially from us. Like from us, we don't. I can't remember the last time we saw a prospect and we said, "Listen, go out on loan." I think sometimes they don't really work. Like I don't see it. I don't see a point in it. Okay,
yeah,
yeah, we need to
because
go
there's
out.
all philosophies and processes in it, and
Yeah,
they don't really tend to want to send them to a club just for them to get minutes doing something that they
yeah,
wouldn't do when they come
yeah,
back anyway. So,
yeah. Because didn't you sign you sound like is he a 20-year-old? I think he's a striker or something like that. Is he
yeah, Willa Sula from
yeah,
Sheffield
him.
United.
Is he from Sweden? I can't remember
I
where he's
think
from.
he might be Norwegian.
Norwegian. Oh, okay. So yeah, so you've got him. You don't see him like being offered out on loan or anything, will you? Like
No,
I don't see that coming. It's just one of them ones. I feel like with managers now, they're looking at players and thinking, listen, just stay on the bench and watch the game as it goes.
yeah,
Like I get how you like back in the day, it was always oh yeah, go out and get an experience and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's changed now. It's changed. We want to keep these players.
yeah. Keep
Yeah,
them close and let them
yeah,
learn from the first team squad.
exactly. Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
we've done a little bit on Arsenal.
yeah.
Let's move to the other side of North London. They're,
Here we go. Here the public
and they're
is.
definitely having a difficult season. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on Tottenham and Ange?
Oh God. Oh
This should
God.
be an interesting one.
Nah. You know what? Yeah. Um. I see. With Andrea, I see his ideas.
Yeah,
I fully see his ideas, but wrong club. I'll be real with you. Wrong club. This club is like honestly, Tottenham Hotspurs are just like they'll never win. Like you can hold them to, they'll never win. This guy wants to win, but
yeah,
Tottenham will never win. Like even like from last season, he was saying about how when that time we needed Tottenham to win against City, and Tottenham fans were saying, "Oh no, throw it out, like don't win and stuff like that." But he was like, "No, I want to win. I want to get up the league." So I personally see a winner in Ange, but he's at the wrong club. But then you get Tottenham fans who are like, "Oh, get Ange out. He's a loser. No, this that." But Ange is on a different mentality to the fans and the whole club. Personally, the whole club, because it's just the same thing every year. It's the same thing over and over again. They've had Jose Mourinho, they've had Conte, two
yeah.
winners. You've got what's his name, Nuno, who's now at Nottingham Forest, who
Smashing
was
it at Forest. Yeah.
in a title race. In a title race. So I feel like with Tottenham fans, they're saying, okay, Ange out, Ange out. Okay, Ange out, but Ange will go on and do something bigger somewhere else, and you will be in the same spot. That's the thing with Tottenham. That's the thing. My personal thing is with the fans. Honestly,
Okay.
like everything, it's all on the fans. Like they keep going, oh yeah, Ange this, please, Ange's his tactics are wrong. I see it personally. I see because they are playing good football, but it's just the players. Personally, for me, it's just the players. I don't know what you think about it, but I think it's all
My take on him is slightly different, to be fair.
yeah, go on.
Uh, I get that he plays really good football, and
Yeah,
it's nice on the eye, and they're always good to have on the half four on a Super Sunday because it's going to
yeah.
be a crazy game.
Mm.
But I think he's out of his depth.
You
I
think?
think the way he wants to try and play football, it might be because he is at Tottenham. It might work at a Man City when they're at full
Yeah.
strength, or at
Oh yeah.
Arsenal.
Hell yeah.
But
Yeah.
I just see so many naive things happening, like the injury crisis they go on about at the minute, and not having any centre backs is the reason they concede so many goals.
Yeah.
But proper good managers will notice that and be like, okay, well, until I've got my centre backs back,
Mm.
I need to play a slightly different way.
Yeah.
And then when he got them both back,
Mm.
They just come back from injury, and he started them both in the same game,
Yeah,
and they
that was
both got
stupid.
injured again in the same game.
Yeah, that was stupid.
That's not logical.
Yeah, that was stupid.
If you have to play them,
Yeah,
you play one for 45 and then switch them
yeah,
at half time.
and put the other for 45. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
just desperation though. It was just desperation. You look at the game with Chelsea. It's a big game. I think I think every team, like every club, would have done that. Like especially us, if we had Saliba, Gabriel out for one game, and then we're facing Tottenham the next game. Oh my! And they're both back. Boy, you're both starting, and I think that's how he's gone with it. It's stupid, but
yeah,
you never know. To be fair,
yeah. No, it's a crazy one because it's cost them even more points than it would have done just to not play them in the
yeah,
Chelsea game.
nah. But at the same time, they were 2-0 up. They were 2-0 up against Chelsea. Like they
But
were
again,
2-0 up.
that's the thing. That's
Yeah,
another sort of point on it. The
yeah,
amount of times that they're 2 goals up or a few goals up and they let teams back into the game.
yeah.
That's not because that's not always down to because the players aren't good enough.
You
It's
think it's
because
the
he
manager's
plays
fault?
the same way for 90 minutes.
Yeah,
Like they could be 3-0 up and they want to try and score 3 more goals. And it's just like,
I like that,
shoot
man.
the game out.
I like that.
No, but it's good as a neutral. But if that's your club, you think just
Nah,
shut the game down.
no, I want Arsenal to approach like that as well because I need some 6-0s. I need some 7-0s as well. Like we're 3-0 up, we keep going. Like we
Yeah,
keep
but
going.
when
To
that
be
3
fair,
0 turns into a 3-2 more often than it does turn into a 6
you
0,
know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right, and
you
that's
need
what
to have
for
a
us.
way of just controlling the rest of the game. I'm not talking about playing 5 at the back and going ultra defensive.
Yeah,
Just like bring on a few controllers that slow the game down. You keep the ball. If you get the chance to attack, attack, but you don't have
yeah,
to go full attack the whole time.
yeah. No, you're right. You're right. That's true. But I personally, for me, it's just I honestly think it's the wrong club, man. That club will never win. He wants to win something, and that club will never ever win. You know what? If Eddie Howe was to flop so bad and he was out of a job, would you be happy with Ange?
Nah,
No,
I
no.
don't rate him.
Okay, so
Honestly, I honestly don't
you
rate
don't
him.
rate him. Like you don't blame the club at all. It's just it's Ange.
No, it's Tottenham. It's
It
Tottenham
is.
is what it is as a club.
It's in their blood,
But
isn't it? Yeah,
I also don't rate Ant. I just don't rate him.
yeah,
For many different reasons, I just don't rate him. I don't think he's got what it takes to be a top manager in the Premier League.
yeah, yeah.
Like
I agree. I think
we've
it's
touched on slightly on we've touched slightly on injuries,
yeah.
which I'm going to bring up now. This is a list of Tottenham's current injuries. Yeah,
Oh god.
last season they had a mad injury crisis.
Yeah,
They're going through a little bit of it now.
yeah,
I know injuries are unfortunate; you can't help them, but sometimes you kind of have to think that maybe it's the way you play a little bit. Because I know Van der Ven there says knock, but he did his hamstring.
yeah,
Charlison's done his hamstring.
yeah.
Odegaard's done his hamstring.
Hmm.
Like, if you're getting lots of the same muscle injury,
Yeah, it
it's,
might be the
it's you're doing as a coaching staff. It's something you're doing
yeah,
as a team. It's not unfortunate if you're getting the same injury across various players over and over again.
yeah. No, that's true. That's
And he
true.
doesn't seem to be learning from that.
Yeah.
And the reason I wanted to point this out was
Mm.
because I've seen Tottenham fans saying, well, if we had our full team and if we didn't have all these injuries,
No,
we wouldn't
no.
concede as many goals, we'd be
It'll be the same.
closer in games.
It'll
So
be the
looking
same.
at this list here, you've got Van der Ven, Romero. They
Yeah.
play, Vicario plays. That's it. They're probably
That's
the
it.
three
Yeah, that's
first
it.
team players. I'm going to bring up another graphic now.
Oh jeez. Oh
Look
no.
at that list compared to what we were just looking at.
Oh hell no. Wait, Gordon as
And
well.
this is from December, Newcastle's from December last year.
Gordon's on there
When
twice.
from at which point, if I ever mentioned the word injury when we
Yeah,
weren't playing well, I
yeah,
got crucified.
yeah.
And
No,
you've
that's
gone
that.
from Tottenham, who had three first teamers out,
Mm,
to this list: Shaw,
yeah.
Gordon starts, Shaw starts, Joe Linton starts, Isak's our star man, Gordon another injury there.
Mm,
Longstaff would have been starting games. Nick Pope.
mm.
The one that's missing off there is also Sven Botman, who got injured,
Oh,
who's
he's been out for a
now
while. Yeah,
he's still on the cusp of a return now. So he's
yeah.
been out for a very, very long time.
No,
So
there's no excuses from Tottenham. I'll be honest with you. That's horrible. That's horrible. Tottenham one is nothing. Honestly, that's nothing. That is horrible. Oh my
yeah,
days!
it's
If
crazy.
I had that in my club right now, oh my days, I'll be panicking. Oh,
Crazy. And every time I mentioned it last year, there's it's excuses. You can't blame injuries.
I,
Blah 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 blah.
you
We
know
were
what?
in the
Yeah,
Champions League last year as well, by the way.
exactly. No, you know what? Yeah, with Tottenham fans, I praise them because they never used to complain about injuries, and they'll be like, "Oh, guys, you lot are complaining about injuries too much and stuff." And I'll sit back and be like, "You know what? You lot never complain about injuries." But this season, it's a lot different. Like I don't know what's going on. Now they're slowly starting to talk about injuries and stuff. They used to always be like, "Nah, never talk about injuries. Don't do that. Nah, you stop making excuses." But all of a sudden, whoa,
Yeah.
you're getting a little bit of injuries. Now you wanna start saying, "Oh shit, we're getting," compared to that list, Lord. I think
Yeah.
our list is as almost as similar as Tottenham's.
Yeah, like you can take if
Honest.
you've got three first teamers out, you've got to be
Yeah,
able to hold that. It's when you
exactly.
start getting to 4, 5, 6 of your first
Yeah.
team out
Then
that
that's when we will.
then you've got a proper crisis.
Yeah, that's when we start crying. But these lot,
Yeah.
but the thing is, yeah, personally, I think the same shit was happening when they were fit. They're all fit. The same thing was happening. They were losing
Oh
games
yeah.
every now and then, getting smacked. Was it not Brighton that they were like, what 2-0 up?
2-0 up at half time at
Yeah,
Brighton.
yeah.
That was
With
a full. That was
full
their
squad.
full squad.
Yeah. So
There's
like,
another game as well. There's another game that was very similar, where they were winning comfortably, and then
mm,
they ended up drawing, I think, and they had their full team out.
yeah,
And I said to Tottenham, even in the last season when they came to St James's Park and we slapped them, that was their
yeah,
full team. And it's like you're backing this guy saying when he's got his players, but it
yeah,
happens all the time. Ipswich, they
yeah,
gave Ipswich their first win of the season,
yeah,
full team at
yeah.
White Hart Lane.
Mm-hmm.
Like these are
No,
the type of things that make me not rate Ange because it's something he's doing.
and you're the fans, as
Nah,
in
I can't
complaining.
really.
As in complaining. Like I don't see
Well,
Ange
Ange isn't
complaining.
really complaining. He just comes out and
Ange
says
ain't
some dumb
complaining.
stuff. He's like,
Yeah,
it's who we are, mate, and all that stuff just doesn't make any
that's a real
sense.
manager to me. He don't complain. He don't come. He just gets on with it. But he knows he's at a shit club. He knows he's at a shit club. I'll be real. He knows he's at a shit club, and I think if he was to go to somewhere like Italy, I think he would do very, very, very well.
He probably would because his style of play would be a little bit too much for most of them teams to handle. I think
Mm,
just because of how high intense, high pace it is. I think a lot of
yeah,
teams struggle to handle it.
yeah. It's not even like all like. To be fair, it's not more like all of his tactics and stuff. I think it's all like his approach, like into like management and stuff like that. He's confident. He's
Hmm.
like he'll tell you what's what and stuff like that. I like that part. That's the only part I'd like about him. But that's the only praise Tottenham are gonna get from me. But he's his approach to games and stuff like that. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's what I like about. That's what I liked about Mourinho. That's what I liked about Conte. Like these managers don't give a fuck. Like, but yeah, wrong club, wrong club. I'm
Fair
telling
enough.
you.
We can end that one on you praising Tottenham ever so slightly.
No, 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 no. Praise the manager. Praising the manager. Praise the manager. Only because they want him out. So that's gonna piss him off. Yeah, good.
Right. So we're gonna go final subject of the evening.
Mhm. Oh god.
We are now halfway point of the season. There's a few games that have still got their game to play this week, obviously, and then you've got Liverpool Everton that got postponed a few weeks back. But we're
Yeah.
pretty much halfway there.
Okay.
How are you feeling about the season across the board? To be fair, do you see much of that changing the deeper we get into it?
Uh,
Because it's still looking a bit weird. Because you've got like Liverpool as sort of away and clear with a game in hand.
yeah.
Then you've got a little bunch of Forest, which is crazy. Arsenal, Chelsea sort of batched together. And then
Mm,
from Man City all the way down to, say, probably Brighton.
mm,
That's only a 5 point gap. So you could
yeah.
probably even throw Tottenham and
Oh
Brentford
yeah.
in that.
It's gonna be all over the place. It's definitely gonna
So,
be all over the
yeah,
place.
so 2 wins for most teams could
Yeah.
completely change the look of the table.
I was about to say, yeah, if you look at like it says the last five, there was like, I didn't notice Nottingham Forest. I was about to say there weren't like too many like all ticks, like there weren't like everyone winning in five apart from Nottingham Forest, which is very shocking by the way. But like if you look at it, it's just it's all over the place. That's how crazy the league is. It's all over the place. If you look at Liverpool's last five, they've won their last three and drew the last the two before that, and us as well, where we've won 3 and drawn 2. I just think the league is all over the place because if that was City, if you looked at City a year ago, 2 years ago, you would look at the last 5, you see all wins.
Greens, yeah, green.
Greens, just greens.
Green every day, yeah.
Like, apart from the Nottingham Forest one, but everyone else is all over the gaff, and I see more of that. I see a lot more of that because who Liverpool's got United next.
Liverpool, yeah,
Yeah,
they've got United next weekend, didn't they?
and United went away to City and won. But I'm not saying but anyone could go to City right now and practically win. I think Leicester could have won today, but yeah, it's just one of them ones you just never know. Honestly, it's one of them seasons. I can't go to a game and think, oh yeah, this is a guaranteed win for this person. This is a guaranteed win for this person, because the league is all over the gaff right now. So I look at this and I think, Arsenal will be top soon. I see Arsenal being top soon. I see Chelsea falling off.
Yeah.
Man City is the big question.
All right. Okay.
Is the
Okay.
big-
So colours to the mast now. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had to pick
Yeah.
a top 6,
Ooh.
who are you picking?
Oh fuck, man! If we had Saka, I would have said Arsenal. I'm gonna have to go with my heart. I'm gonna go Arsenal,
Yeah.
Liverpool, third. Oh, that's a big question, because that means you could creep in.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest are very strong, but do I put them in the top 4? That's a big question. Oh man, this year I'm not gonna lie to you, this is all over the place. So I said Arsenal, Liverpool. All right, you know what? I'm gonna say City third.
Yeah.
City third, Chelsea fourth. Because of how well they're doing, I'll put you fifth. I was gonna put Nottingham Forest fifth, but I'll put you fifth because I see you beating big teams. I don't see Nottingham Forest going out beating big teams, and that's what they need. They need to get the big wins because they're beating the small teams at the moment. You know, the Tottenhams and the Evertons and stuff like that. So they're
Not loving them little indirects there.
they're beating the small clubs at the moment. So I think they need big wins for them to even finish in the top 6. So yeah, I'll go Arsenal, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Newcastle, then Nottingham Forest.
Fair enough. Fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play.
I think you're strong, but I don't know. I don't see you breaking into the top 4 just yet. Maybe who knows? Whoever you like, that's the thing. It's whoever does good in January.
Yeah. And to be fair, the way the European competitions are going for English clubs at the minute,
yeah,
I'd probably take 5th because it could be in Champions League this year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They said it could be top 5 this year, isn't it?
Yeah. So
yeah, see? That's big in itself.
If Champions League does roll down to the top 5, I'll take 5th. But I still believe we'll be in the top 4 come the end of the season.
Okay.
I still believe.
Do you see Chelsea falling off that far? After?
I actually don't think City will pick up.
Oh, City.
I don't think City will pick up enough to get, unless they go out and buy 3 or 4 in Jan. I don't think they'll pick up enough to.
I think even one. I think even if they sign one, I think they'll pick up just the DM.
Just
the DM because
be interesting to see. To be fair, be interesting to see
because like they're at the moment. If you look at City, it's the only way you get through them is through DM. They've only got Kovacic in there. You get through that midfield, you're in. And you had Rodri there before, and all they need now is just someone that's just better than Kovacic, and I think it changes everything for them. And yeah, they might come back up.
Fair enough. Be interesting to see because beginning of the season, I said it would be you and City would be gone clear.
Yeah.
I then said us and Liverpool would be in the next little bit, sort of in a no man's land.
Yeah.
And then you'd have like your Chelseas and your Tottenhams and that behind. But this season's gone completely different to what
it's gone completely. It's all Liverpool's fault. They didn't have to do this.
Yeah.
Liverpool just changed everything and just fucked the whole shit up.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what, City are out. all right, this is our turn now. And then all of a sudden, Liverpool want to be
All
good.
of a sudden, yeah, Liverpool have gone back to when they were competing with City type of form.
Yeah, like they're moving crazy now. Like I don't know what's going on, man. This is a weird season for me
It's
right now.
bonkers. It's Mo Salah, isn't it? When you've got whatever he's got like 30 GA after 18 games or something like
Yeah,
that. How do you stop that?
yeah. No, that's true. You know. All
How
right,
do you
I've got
stop
a question. I've got a question though. But have you seen on Twitter the whole Hazard and Salah commotion that's going on?
To be fair, I've been involved in a few discussions,
Yeah,
and
it's. Come on, let's be real. Come on now. I liked Hazard, and I didn't like Hazard because he played for Chelsea. But like Hazard is nowhere near Salah.
it, it
Near.
all depends
Nowhere.
on what you're basing it on.
Just like season after season after season after season after season. They're the type of
Yeah,
players
yeah.
that
If
are up
you're
there.
basing it on longevity,
Yeah,
then you have to go for Mo Salah.
yeah.
But if you're basing it on pure talent,
Ability, yeah.
entertainment, and
Then Hazard.
ability,
Obvious, yeah, yeah. Hazard
and
talented.
dragging your team to finals and stuff like that, you've got to go. You've got to go Hazard.
Dragging your team to final. Then well, they've won Champions League final. They won the Champions League, Liverpool.
Yeah, but Hazard's probably still got double everything that Salah's got trophy wise at Liverpool.
I don't know. Does
Double,
he?
I reckon. Yeah, yeah. He's
I
got
don't
two
know.
Premier Leagues for sure.
I think maybe one. Or is it two? Is it
No,
one or two?
he's definitely got two Premier Leagues.
Oh, he won with Conte and Mourinho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he get a Champions League at Chelsea or did he
No,
get that
he
at
didn't.
Real?
He got Europa League. That's it.
Just got a Europa League at
Yeah, I
Chelsea.
don't know
Yeah?
about FA Cup, but yeah, Europa League for sure. That was his last season.
He got an FA Cup and two Carabaos, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to go like that, but like to be fair, I'm not like big on numbers anymore. But at the moment, Salah's numbers are just that's the
Yeah,
only.
Salah's numbers are crazy. If you're
Yeah,
just looking purely at numbers, you have
yeah.
to go Mo Salah.
You gotta go Mo Salah.
Aesthetically as a player, and who was a much better
Yeah, it's
raw
Hazard.
talent,
Yeah, of course. But like if
who
you
was a
look at
much more gifted player, you'd go Hazard.
who's a better striker right now, you'd think Haaland is a better striker than Ishak. But
Haaland's a better goal scorer than Isak.
no, yeah, but no, the better striker, goal scorer
He's a
striker,
better goal scorer.
no, goal scorer striker. But Ishak is better on the ball, no?
Yeah, Isak's a better overall player than Haaland is.
Yeah, but who's the best striker in the Prem?
Well, the best goal scorer in the Prem is Erling Haaland.
No, I didn't say that. I said the best striker. Who is the
The
best
best
striker
number
in the Prem?
9. So before we move, I'll come back to the Haaland Isak thing
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we
Go ahead.
do a similar thing for that.
Yeah.
So if you were starting a team from scratch
Okay.
now,
Yeah.
and you had to pick one of Hazard or Salah, who are you taking?
Ooh. But at the same time, you could take both because one's on the left.
No, you can only pick one.
Okay.
Because I say this to everybody who's certain on their decision in this discussion, and I say, right, you're building a team from scratch. Who are you having? Which one of the two?
That's a good question. That because I look at how Hazard started. Hazard started from from the off. Hazard was a good player. Salah struggled. So are we talking?
And I'm talking prime
Oh,
versus
prime. Oh,
best
prime.
versus best.
Oh no, yeah. I was about to answer that quick, but then I realized I'm gonna say Salah. I'm gonna say Salah.
No, that's
I'm
a
gonna
fair
say
point.
Salah.
But it's
He's
a
a
lot
killer.
closer when you think about it that way.
No, yeah, 100%. But Salah's a killer. Honestly, he's just hungry for goals and hungry for not assists because he could be a greedy sometimes. But he's hungry for goals, and that's I've always grown up on. People are just like hungry for goals. Like I want to score every game. Hazard was more of a I want to look fancy. Like he got goals every now and then, but he weren't like a week in week out. You didn't look at
For a couple of seasons, his numbers were pretty ridiculous,
No, but he was slowly building it. It weren't like a week in, week out. He's like who can I think of? He's like I was gonna say Havertz. I'm gonna say Havertz, yeah. Because like Havertz is not a week in, week out goal scorer. But at the end of the season, you're gonna see, he scored 12 goals. He's had an amazing season. That's Havertz. I mean, no Havertz. That's Hazard.
Okay.
Compared to Salah. Salah was here every week. You hear his name. You see his name on side of an assist or it's or a goal somewhere. Like it's Salah every damn week.
Yeah.
Like Hazard was just like, all right, 1 week, yeah, special player. Week after, can you do it again? No. And he went there for another 2-3 games. Chelsea fans are gonna hate that. But it's the truth. It's the truth.
Okay. I suppose. Let
Yeah,
me have a quick look at some. So in the Prem, yeah, Hazard in the Prem,
yeah, go on.
245 games,
Yeah.
85 goals, 54 assists.
How much? How many goals?
85.
Oh, 85. We said 45. I'm gonna say right. Which ain't bad. I'll give him that. It's not bad. But let's not even go to Salah. Let's not even go to
Yeah,
Salah.
Salah's numbers are crazy. To be fair,
His numbers are crazy. Honestly, his numbers are crazy. Like I'm honestly like the only reason I'm so much of like a Salah fan is because I used to get this stuff with Henri. Like every time you wouldn't even watch the Arsenal game, but you look at the score and you'd be like, oh shit, Henri scored again. Oh, you go,
Hmm.
week in, week out. He's your hero. He grabbed you out of things and got you out of trouble. Like players like that, that's the players I want today. That's the type of players I want today.
Hmm.
I see that in your striker.
So say Salah drops a 2020 season. Yeah,
Oh gosh.
how
Um,
close does he get to that conversation?
you know what? Yeah, I think he's there already. I personally
Really?
think
What
he's
with
there. I think he's
Henri?
there already. Yeah, with Henri. People are saying he's
Okay.
not, but like that's guys. Look at his flipping numbers, man. What like
Nah. You know
look
what?
look at
I
Salah's
can't.
numbers for the last 8 seasons. Look at him. Look how crazy they are. I'm talking goals and assists. They're always above both. Are both above 10. Are
I
both of them?
can't. I can't. I can't have that. I can't have that because
No,
for
but look.
me,
Just look at his numbers.
Henri was both Salah and Hazard in the same man.
Oh yeah. No, he's above there, but it doesn't mean he can't be in that. I'm just saying, it's not Henri on his own though. That's what I'm saying. It's not Henri by himself. There's a group of names with Henri. Henri's number one, but there's a group of names with Henri, and Salah's in there. I'm not
I think
saying Henri and Salah put them
I
together
think
because
he's ever so he's a little way off. I want to see how the rest of this season goes
nah,
yet
he's
before putting him in
there.
there.
He's there. I'm telling you, he's up there. Like Hazard isn't. Hazard is way below, way
Hmm.
below. Salah is up there, especially if they win the Premier again this year. He's up there, hundred
Okay.
percent.
If he wins the Prem again this year, he's in the conversation. He's sat at the
Yeah,
table. I'll
yeah.
give him that. He's no longer serving the drinks. He's sat at the table. I'll give him that.
No, 100%. Even when like Liverpool are struggling, I think they were struggling last season. His numbers were still quite good.
Yeah.
Like you can't stop Salah. How long has he been doing it for? That's my thing. How long has he been doing this for?
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a
Yeah.
fair. But back to the Isak and Haaland thing.
Oh god.
I'm not taking any striker over Isak right now.
Of course you're not, because he's not your club right now. But
I'm not. If even if it was a genuine swap deal that was there, I'm not taking it.
you know what? Yeah, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take Haaland over him either.
No, Isak's the guy. The same thing. If I
Yeah.
was building a team and I needed a number 9, and they said
Mm.
you can either have Haaland or Isak, I'm taking Isak.
Yeah, I would as well, because he has goals, but he can also play on the ball and he can also come deep and play people in and stuff like that. I don't care about assists and stuff like that for strikers. I just want goals, and literally he just screams. You know what? Oh, that goal against Liverpool, by the way.
Oh
Oh
mate,
my days, that goal against Liverpool was it was different. It was like shit. It took me back to strikers actually taking the ball, carrying it, and then here you go, whip
just
and stuff like
twist
that.
up, twist
Yeah,
up Van Dijk quickly, got his
there
half
we
a
go.
yard.
Yeah, and then
Bullet.
finish. And then finish. That's the strikers we grew up on, and he's pretty old school. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll give you lot that. I can't believe like before you lot actually went for him, no one else took the chance and actually went for him. He was a bit of an injury prone before that, though, wasn't it?
He's had a few. He had a not the season before we signed him, but the season before that he was injury prone. Then he
Yeah,
had a slow season. The season we signed him,
yeah.
and he came to us with a slight injury, which is why no one else was in.
That I was about to say that. That's why no one really looked at him like that because you could always hear his name like outside of the
Hmm.
Prem. You always heard his name, but then you heard how like he's an injury prone, but you lot done well to take the risk, and then like now you got a flipping class striker that you want to put 100, 150, 150
150. Yeah. That starts the conversation. That's
yeah,
the
that's not
starting point.
the conversation. That's not it. That's not the end. That's not
That is
it.
the start of the conversation. That actually gets us to accept the phone call right now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. 150 mil. If that was actually like the final price, that's worth it. Like, I wouldn't even think twice. I'd be like, here you go, 150 mil. But at the same time, you lot want to get somewhere. If you were 10th, 11th, then I'd be like, Newcastle, just come on, give them to us.
Mm.
But obviously, you don't want to get somewhere. You want to get top four again, and you're not going to want to sell your your star striker.
I
You
think
don't.
we've got 18 months. I genuinely believe from now
Oh,
we've got
contract.
18 months. If we
Oh,
get Europe, he'll
yeah.
stay. Next season, end of next season, we have
Mm.
to be in the Champions League or he's gone.
No.
And
So I'm
and
gonna
I
be.
wouldn't even be able to complain if he started agitating for a move because he's just that good.
No,
He
of
needs to
course.
be playing in the Champions League. So if we don't have it by the end of next season and
Yeah,
he decides he wants to leave, then fair play.
yeah.
Can't really say much about
So I'm just gonna hope that you get absolutely nothing.
it.
I'm going to hope because how old is he again?
24.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hope you get absolutely
Yeah, yeah,
because
he's
that
still a young buck.
he's gonna take us to the promised land.
Hey, you better have that. Doesn't matter if it's 18 months, 2 months, a year. It's £150 million, bro.
Hey, take
Minimum,
that, hold that, because at this
minimum.
moment, like, I can see Thierry. I can
Don't
see
even
it.
call the phone without that money as a starting point.
I can see Thierry. Honestly, I need that. I need that. Oh,
Yeah,
good.
he has got a lot of similarities. He's similar. He's similar, but I don't not levels, but he's
Nah,
similar.
yeah, of course not. But it's just, I don't know. It's just there's something there that just reminds us of him, like the coolness, just
Yeah.
everything. Henri was just so cool. He's just like, listen, yeah, I'm just gonna place this here and just walk away and celebrate. Like
Mm.
I see that in Isak, but I don't see it in any other player, any other striker in the Prem. Like they're all struggling to, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna get on top of this, and then Henri was always like, you know what? Calm, cool, place that, think. Oh, he
Mm.
does that as well. He thinks as well. Oh, no, no, no. I need.
To be fair, on the other side, you've
Yeah.
also got to be in the Champions League at the end of next season, bro.
Oh,
You don't.
we got to do what?
You've still got to be in the Champions League at the end of next season, by the way.
We will be hopefully.
Hey, whoa! You never know. You never know how these things go in football.
Hey, listen, if we can't win Prem, we got to win something. It's gotta be.
Saka might come back and not be the same man.
That's so true. Hey, that's the
He
scary.
might not be the same player. That might be
Right.
the start of the hamstring injuries. He's played that
That's
much football
that's the
that
scary bit. So with that, do
it
you
might be Michael Owen settings for me.
no, we don't do that. We don't do that. We're not doing that here. Don't throw that over here. We don't want that. We don't want that here. But at the same time, you might be right because how many players go through that? They start off so young. That's why I hate players starting off so young nowadays, man. Because when they get to about 20, 24, 25, hey, like the injuries are gonna pile up. The hunger is not gonna be there as much anymore. Like if you look at Rashford, that all comes down to the hunger not being there anymore. Because come on, he's
Yeah,
starting
no.
at United.
I don't think Rashford ever had the mindset. Saka's got the mindset to be the best he'll be, regardless. If his hamstring
Yeah,
starts going, on,
but
he'll put in everything he possibly can to get back to where he is.
you don't
I don't
think
think
Rashford had
Rashford's
that
ever.
early on? Same age, same age.
Nah, he was just raw talent. He
Mm,
burst on the scene. He was loving life.
yeah.
Now he's just too involved in wanting to be a celebrity and going to basketball
Okay.
games and
Yeah.
rubbing shoulders with the big names in
Yeah.
in like all world sports and stuff like
Yeah.
that. He's not here to be the best football player he can
That's true.
possibly be.
That's true. You know. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a lot.
Maybe
That's
I'm wrong on that, but that's what I see from the outside
no,
looking
no.
in at Rashford.
I agree with you on that one because Saka's totally different. So yeah, I don't think I've seen a picture of him outside. I don't think I've seen a picture of
He
him
just doesn't
outside.
go outside, bro.
I don't think he goes outside.
He doesn't go outside.
I heard he's
The
like
only
into
time he's outside is when he's on the football pitch. That is it.
yeah,
He's indoors
yeah,
constantly. Other than that,
then he's not. Yeah, he's not outside. That's very, very
The
true.
only time he breathes fresh air is to play football. Other than that, he stays in. He keeps himself humble, away from
Yeah,
all the carnage and the mess. That's
yeah.
Saka.
If he keeps doing that, then it's fine. He's on what? Like how many? Like how much he's on right now? Like his new contract. It's on like probably like 350 or some shit like that, and he's still humble and he's still like hungry for football. Like he's still
Yeah,
playing the same way he did before he had the contract. A lot of people don't, and I think that's another thing that's happened to Rashford. He got given whatever he's on quite quick. They looked at him and thought, "This is a star. We want to keep him. Here you go. Have this much money." And I think that's what's changed him. So maybe he did have the hunger before that when he was up and coming because he didn't have the money. But now United have gone. Here you go, 250.
yeah.
Here you go, next contract 350, and that's what's changed him in a way to go, oh yeah, I'm going abroad, seeing all these basketball players and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you think about that, but I think
And the differences in the
that's
club come into it as well. Man United don't have any of them sort of older statesman guys around anymore. Anybody
yeah,
that anyone's going to look up to
yeah,
and they're going to listen to, follow the path. Like if you had a Roy Keane that was still like an ambassador in the club,
mm,
telling players what to do, players would
yeah,
still look up to him and listen.
yeah,
Arsenal were a
100%,
very well-run football club,
yeah,
but they have people like that in places that will the players are there will listen. Like I'll
yeah,
guarantee players like Bergkamp and Henri and players like that will be in and around the club at
yeah,
times and will be giving players little bits of advice that they'll listen to from guys that they looked up to before they was even playing for Arsenal. So
yeah, 100%. But I thought about this I feel a while ago, but like I look at the clubs now and I think who has that? Like in
quite a lot
like
of
all
clubs
our
do, to
clubs.
be fair.
Say that again.
Quite a lot of clubs do.
I don't know. Maybe you're like if you like behind closed doors, they do. But like if you look at our clubs and you think who's the actual leader, who's the actual leader that goes, listen, nah, you ain't going out. Like 'cause I can imagine Roy Keane is like, nah, you ain't going out tonight. No, not this that. We're going training tomorrow and stuff like that. But like, who is that? Like stamps down and says, listen, this is what's happening. I look at us and I don't see it. Like Odegaard is our captain, he's our leader, but he's not. I don't see him like like you said, Roy Keane, who says, like, listen, you can't be doing this, you can't be doing that.
To be fair, well, I know from Newcastle that we've got a leadership group. So you've got players like, to be fair, Jamal Lascelles has normally been the guy. He's
Yeah,
like he's got people up against the wall and stuff.
yeah, you got
Whether
some big
they
dudes.
step
I
out
just
like
realized you got some big guys in your team.
who else is there? Trippier's part of it. I think Fabian Scher's part of it now. Bruno's part of it now because he's the club captain.
Yeah,
Dan Burn, players like that. All
yeah,
like,
you got a big squad. To be fair, you got a big squad. I'll give you that. Maybe you, but I look around. I don't see it. I don't see it in Chelsea. I don't see it in us. I don't see it in.
Chelsea are just playing off
City are just
vibes
good
at the minute, though. I don't think Chelsea need it right now because they're just
No,
playing
they
off
don't.
vibes. Like
They
so
don't.
many of their players are just similar, and
Yeah.
they're just playing on this. It's a little bit like Forest.
Mm.
Like maybe not Chris Wood, but players like Gibbs White, Alanga, Hudson Odoi,
They're young.
Honorena, all of them, man. They just vibe together, so it
Yeah,
works.
yeah. So that's like Arsenal as well. We're all down to like vibes and stuff, but we don't have that. Oh no, like we don't have that person to stamp things down. But do we need that like now? Do we need that in the
It
game?
probably was. You know what? Gabriel's probably that guy in your team. You know,
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe
I reckon
Lancaster.
Gabriel to a point he'll be part of the vibes, and then it'll be like, right now, serious now.
Yeah. Oh
Let's
yeah,
stop
yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Seriousness, knuckle
That's it.
down, no more madness. Let's get on it.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. That's it. Nah, I see that. I see that. But it's like the names you said earlier. You've got Dennis Bergkamp. You said Roy Keane. You've got all this like these big men. Like you walk past, you're like, oh, listen, I got to
Patrick
listen.
Vieira, man, like
Yeah, listen, I got to listen to him. I've got to listen to him. You ain't got that anymore. Like you ain't got that presence anymore. Like that's what I'm looking at. Even at City, I think they're just like based off winners. Like everyone's a winner, but who's that? Who's that guy to say, hey, you motherfuckers? Like
yeah, well, they've had it. They had company for ages, didn't they? And
yeah,
they've
yeah.
had a few, and
It comes through, innit?
their guy was probably Rodri as well. To be fair, he was probably the guy that did
You
all of
think?
that. Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't think he's loud. I don't think he's loud. I think he's one of the quiet ones.
yeah, but I reckon he's that silent, scary guy that just
Oh, that's
lifts
true.
more than everybody in the gym, runs more than
Yeah,
everybody.
that's
They do
true.
like boxing sessions, and he's knocking man out and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I reckon
that's
he's
true.
just that silent machine that everybody, as soon
Yeah,
as he speaks, They listen.
They listen because
Yeah.
you look at it now, like he's out. All my days, City are crumbling.
It's madness.
The second he was out, they're crumbling.
It's complete and utter madness, the run that
Mm.
they've been on. They lost like 8 in 12 or something stupid like that.
Yeah, yeah. It's all down to Rodri, though. It's all down to Rodri. I say every single. I don't care about management. I don't care about any of that. It's all down to Rodri.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
said that
They have
because
had other injuries as well, to be fair. Like players like Ruben Diaz have been out, who again is a massive leader.
yeah,
They've
but
had
they've
other
had
players out injured, which hasn't helped. But without Rodri, it's like taking the engine out of your Ferrari and
yeah,
expecting it to still drive.
100%.
It's not the same.
Because they've had these injuries before, and you've never seen them fall off like this. And I look at like because everyone always talks in the like before like with Rodri and stuff like that. Oh, City don't really need Rodri. It's down to like management and players. Like that. I'm looking at Rodri's record because I'll always look at records and stuff like that. I look at like Rodri. How many games did he lose in like the last 2 years? I think it's like none in Premier League. And like every time, and City didn't go undefeated, did they?
No.
So every time he was missing, they lost. He came back, they winning.
Mhm.
And I've always wanted to put it out there, like Rodri is key. He's only lost one game, and that was the United FA Cup game, final last season.
Yeah, yeah.
But every other game, City lost. I think they lost 3 games last season in the Premier League, and he was missing in all 3 of them. He's come back. They've won every single game since, or drawn. I'll give him that.
Crazy.
They've drawn 3 games, but how can a man in life have a record like that? Like I'm
And
missing.
he had it for Spain as well. It wasn't even like it was just City.
Oh, Spain as well.
Yeah, yeah. The record for Spain was crazy as well.
Nah, see what I mean?
It was
How
crazy.
it all comes down to Rodri.
Yeah. Well, I think
Honestly.
all in all, over like I can't remember what year it was. One of the years, all in all, he lost like 4 games in the whole year for club and country. It was just bonkers, and it was a tournament year as well.
Yeah, nah,
So
no.
crazy.
It just shows me. It just shows me that the guy deserved his Ballon d'Or. I think
Yeah,
personally,
100%.
I think he deserved it. Yeah.
Right, Samir, it's been a
Yep.
pleasure. Thanks for
Yes,
jumping
bro.
on. We'll have to get you back on again when
Oh,
Stocky's about, and we'll have
I
an
love it, man.
in-depth chat about whatever's going on there. But it's been an absolute pleasure, bro.
Thanks for this, Mitch, man. Honestly, it's first time doing this.
Hey,
First
mate,
time doing
now everybody, Samir's debut on YouTube.
this.
Everybody will agree that you've taken to it like a duck to water, mate.
Yeah.
So
Cheers, bro.
keep on
Cheers, bro. I'd love to come on again, man. Honestly.
yeah, 100%. Definitely get you
All
back.
right, bro.
Right,
All right.
those who have watched, appreciate you.
Cheers.
Let's.